and welcome to this episode of CI in Under 5. My name is John Weezy, and in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about a feature called segment expansion. So let me first try and explain segment expansion. So here I have a segment called Summer Promo. This is a segment of people who I am going to offer a summer promotion to. And if I go ahead and I edit this, you can see that basically what it's doing is it's going out and it's finding any customer who has an average store purchase of greater than $113 and is a millennial, basically born between 1981 and 1996. So what I want to do is I want to expand that segment and find customers that are similar to that, but are not necessarily millennials. And maybe see where I could also market the newly launched cold brew coffee too that we've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from segments and go to summer promo. I'm going to go ahead and click on the ellipse, and then I'm going to say find similar customers. It's going to ask me to name it. I'll just leave it as summer promo expansion. And then it's going to ask you for a couple of things here. So the first thing we can do is we can click the edit fields, and this is going to let us target customers that have similar average in-store purchases. And then what we're going to do is also use average store purchase. As I said, we're also going to use postal code. I'm not going to use reward points, so I'm going to take that out. So as it says, this is the fields that are meaningful to the data that we're going to use to find similar customers. So this is going to find customers who have similar store purchases and live in the same postal code areas as the members of my segment. I'll hit apply. The next step is to choose who do you want to consider. So I'm going to say all the customers who are not in the source, so who are not in my summer promotion segment, can be considered. And I could also say only customers that are in a different segment and pick a different segment. So if I wanted to do this expansion or this lookalike lookup, I could target a specific other segment that I have. But I'm going to use everybody who is not in my summer promotion segment. The next step is then to choose how many customers you would like to target as a maximum. And the default's 20%. I'll leave it at that, but you could adjust it if you'd like to have more or less people in your segment potentially. And then again, you can include members from the source in addition, but I'm not going to do that. So we'll click run. And this is going to go off then and find in all of my customer list. It's going to find all the customers that I have who are, as I mentioned, have the same average purchase value and have the same postal code as people that are in my summer promotion segment, and then put those people into this new segment. And then I can go ahead and use that to do things like targeted marketing and so on and so forth. That is a quick run through of what segment expansion is. So as soon as this finishes running here, I will be back to show you the results. Okay, we are back, and that just took a couple minutes to run there, and you can see that we have 1,711 members of our expansion. So let's take a look at that. If I click on it, what we are going to see is that we get a score, and you can see here at the top it explains the score. So anything from 0.85 up until 1. So most of these here are very similar customers. So most likely in the exact area code and almost identical spending. And then you go all the way down. So there are 0 that fell into the somewhat, and 0 that fell into the middle category, or somewhat similar, similar. So everybody in the segment fell into this higher, which is why we're kind of getting the number at the top, because we didn't find enough people that were in the similar or somewhat similar. We only found people that matched exactly up at the top there in the very similar. But just something to look at here. So you can see who they were. You can see kind of their scores. You can take a look at it. You can of course download it like you can anything else, and go ahead and play with it from there. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll tune in again as we release more of them.